Hi and welcome to Wakai Trees. In this video we're going to show you some wiring styles. This particular tree is a potential maybe bonsai, marmee or shohin. This particular tree is for a cascade, and this particular tree, black pine, is for a potential Niwaki ornamental garden tree. So there's three different types of styles of wiring. We have showed you these trees in a previous video regarding the different types of styles that we're going to achieve. So on this particular tree we're just going to wire the short trunk, just this bottom part of the trunk, not the rest of the tree. This is as the wire bites in, as it starts to grow in the spring and into the summer, and we'll take the wire off, and then the tree starts to heal, it accelerates the trunk by, sometimes we'll rewire the trunk the opposite way later on in the year and then take the wire off again. I'll just show you a couple of examples. For example, here is a red, this is a red pine that we did last year, and you can see how it's bitten into the bottom part of the trunk, and as it heals it thickens and accelerates the trunk. Another example is this tree here, quite a nice tree. Again, you can see where we've wired it in, and it's a little bit fatter, the trunk thicker than the main part of the trunk. What we might do is with this particular tree we'll wire the opposite way this spring as well. Just to remind you as well, you know, we're not bonsai experts here. All we do is we grow all our pines in the early years for use to grow on in style whichever way you want to. So this tree, what we're using is I think it's 2 mil wire. We get all our wire from Japan, I think it says 2 mil there. Some of our other trees as well will use maybe it's 1.5, but for this one, because we want it to bite in, we're going to use 2 mil wire. So nothing fancy, we'll just pop in the wire in there and away we'll go around. So you can see here how we've wired the bottom of this trunk. As I say, this is 2 mil wire. It's quite a strong, thick wire for this type of size tree, but we found the slightly thicker wire bites into the trunk much quicker. And as we'll watch this tree through the spring and into summer, and as it starts to bite, we'll take the wire off and we'll rewire it the opposite way later on in the summer. Then we'll take it off and let it heal over the winter. And we'll probably do it again next year when we're repotted. So that's that type of tree. So for a cascade we're going to use the 1.5 wire, just so it's a little bit easier to wire around the trunk and manipulate the tree. So very similar principle, nothing special, there's no prizes to be won on wiring technique. It's just a case of uniform wiring evenly up the trunk. So there we are, we've wired this fairly evenly along the trunk. I've made sure I haven't really bent in any of the needles, because if the needles have been bent in, it will probably kill them. And as you saw, I used just a little bit of wire just to prise out the needles. It just looks a little bit better as well. So this can be a nice cascade with its branches there. Dead simple, this one. Just nice and naturally as we go down. And we're going to just put a little bit of an S curve in as well. As this particular tree is already a natural sort of cascade, it's quite easily to do. And as the tree gets a little bit older and grows, and we'll repot it later on in the year, we'll maybe do a bit more wiring on it. But so simple. There we go. I'll just do it from the front so I can see. There we go. And I think this one will make quite a nice cascade, especially with those short branches there already at the bottom of the trunk and some all foam here. So that's a nice cascade. So this particular tree, as was said, would make a good Niwaki ornamental garden tree. So we'll wire this one with the 2mm wire. We can do a couple of things with this particular tree. We can wire it just to put a little bit of movement in. It's already starting to do it itself. Or we can wire it and bend it with a bit more styling. So we'll start wiring it. Again, nothing special for presentation, just evenly wired up the trunk. So there you are, we've wired this trunk fairly evenly, making sure we don't really nip in any of the needles in behind the wire. One, for bit presentation, but two, it'll just kill the needle as well. So there we are. So that's that one there. So as I said, we can just put a simple bit of movement in this one, just to give it a bit of styling and character. Just like that. Or we can be a little bit more drastic and put a bit more style into it. Just like that. And I quite like this one because of those buds there, with potential branches. Then some more, we'll get further buds here as well. So we've got buds there, we've got buds there, then we'll get buds here as well. And then there's already a candle and buds here as well. So this is going to be quite a nice tree. And we'll watch this tree later on in the year. And if the wire starts to nip in, we'll take it off. It will probably spring back a little bit, but it'll just give it a little bit of movement for the tree. And I'll give you an example. I think I've shown this one on a previous video, what we've done with this particular tree here. Got lots of character. So we'll have lots of these trees on our website if you want to visit our website, www.wakaitrees.co.uk, for sale. Just please inquire if you can like and subscribe as well, and thank you very much.